Okay, we're on Sanhedrin, Perak Dalid, Mishnah Dalid, fourth Mishnah in the fourth chapter. I'm a second Sanhedrin. We're going to talk about. Remember, we learned this. We're going to talk about the physical structure of the courtroom of our Sanhedrin of 23 judges. Says the Mishnah, "V'shalosh shurot shel talmidei chachamim yoshvim lifneihem." We had 23 judges, and there were shalosh shurot, 3 rows of talmidei chachamim that sit before them. So you had a row of 23. And then how much of each one? Kol shura shel esrim ushlosha talmidei chachamim. 23 rows of 23. So 23 times 3, 69. Why? You don't really need 23. Rather, you have to get to 71. So you have to have 23. 71 minus 23. You'll do the math. 48. Maybe they'll be divided. And maybe you'll have a majority of 12 to 11 in favor of conviction. Remember, we said in capital cases you can't convict by ones; you have to add. Okay, and therefore, and those two, they argue until they get to 71. So you have to have enough rabbis to 71. Therefore, you have to have 48 extra rabbis. But you don't have rows of 24 because you only have 23. You have 23 judges. So you need 2 rows of 23, but then you're not going to have another row of 2. Therefore, you need 3 rows. You need 3 rows of 23. So you have a total of 23 times 3, 69 judges. They all had a place. Meaning there was a hierarchy, an order. It was from least senior to most senior in these 3 rows. If they had to do smicha, i.e., to add a new judge, meaning one of them retired, died, whatever. You take the first runner-up. And the person from the second row comes up to the first row. And this somebody from the third row, meaning then everybody moves up. One, the one goes up to the top, and everybody moves up a seat. Then you pick another person from the kahal, from the crowd. You put him in the third row. They wouldn't put him in the first seat. They wouldn't put him in the first row, but rather they would put him in his appropriate place. So everyone knew his place. Okay. At the end of the third row, the smallest one of the guys in the rows, gadol mina gadol shebakal. Meaning it was a clear hierarchy of where each person belonged, and that's how they would know. That's how they would graduate. You would graduate from the crowd into the rows, learn the craft, move all the way up until you were able to sit on the Sanhedrin itself. We'll stop here and dedicate our learning to the memory of my father, Harav Simcha ben Yitzchak.